Well, continuing our look at the coronavirus 5-year anniversary, a new report from a charity in Birmingham has revealed the NHS has closed more than half of its services for people with long COVID. The BBC has also found neither NHS England nor the Department of Health have any idea how many long COVID clinics are still up and running. Well, with more, our science correspondent David Gregory-Kamar is with us. We estimate around 2 million people affected by long COVID. What does this report say about the level of help they're actually getting?
So there's a lot in this report that we need to sort of pull apart. Two big chunks really. The first is they've used freedom of information requests, this charity in Birmingham, long COVID support, to find out how many of these long COVID services are left. Numbers have been decreasing, and what they found was nationally across England we've seen numbers go down from about 121 down to 45. That's obviously a drop of more than half. And then in the Midlands as a whole, some places don't offer services. So Walsall Healthcare NHS Trust, Wye Valley Trust, for example, no services. Then elsewhere, services have been stopped, and that includes places like Dudley and also University Hospitals in North Midlands Trust. So finding treatment for long COVID in the Midlands may well depend not on how ill you are, but actually where you live. It's a genuine postcode lottery. So we then put in our own freedom of information request, and we discovered, as you've said, that the Department of Health and NHS England as well are not tracking how many services there are, how many clinics, what's happening to them. And this charity, Long COVID Support, says, look, we just can't go on like this.
There are doctors and therapists now who have built up quite a body of knowledge on long COVID over these years. They can actually help people, so it just doesn't make sense to me that you would remove that assistance in a situation where the government is concerned about people not working. So these people could work, but they need medical help. They don't need a life coach. They need an actual doctor.
Pretty damning for the Department of Health, David. I mean, this charity is hearing very personal stories of ongoing issues. What else has the report said? So
they also did a survey of people with long COVID. So it's not a random group of people. This is a self-selecting survey, but nevertheless, a large number of people took part, and the results are pretty interesting. They found that about half of adults and children and young people said they consider themselves disabled because of long COVID. Around a quarter of adults and a quarter of children and young people received no consultation with a healthcare professional. And finally, half of adults and a quarter of children and young people, well, they said they were discharged by the NHS, but they still had symptoms. So as you said at the top, 5 years on from the first lockdown, coronavirus is still out there, people still get infected, people still get long COVID, but they may find in the Midlands the support they need to get better may well not be there for them. In many ways, I'm afraid, the NHS is failing people with long COVID.
David, thank you. It's something I know we'll monitor here at Midlands Today. Thank you.